Hey, Mama, have you ever looked around and at the end of the day and thought, why do you feel like I've done everything and nothing all at the same time? Well, you're juggling the meals, the meetings, don't mention the messes, and also the mental overload. Yet, it still feels like you didn't accomplish enough. Well, let me remind you that this is a powerful truth that small wins are still wins. Small wins are still wins. And in God's kingdom, those faithful steps matter. They matter more than the world gives us credit for. Welcome back. I am Felicia, the time management coach for the Christian moms and the founder of the Blissful Mom Blueprint, where I help you to align your schedule with God's peace, His purpose, and priorities. Today, we are shifting the way that we think about productivity and time. We're going to be talking about why small wins often go unnoticed, how God sees your faithfulness even in the smallest of things, and how celebrating these moments can change the way you manage your time and your mindset as a mom. So, grab you a cup of coffee, settle in, and let's talk about how these tiny, small victories can lead to big transformations. How these small, tiny victories that they can lead to transformations. So, let's talk about why small wins feel invisible. Why small wins feel invisible, aren't but they aren't. In today's culture, we are trained to we are trained that the value of in reference to big achievements, big milestones, big breakthroughs. But God, let's talk about God. God sees that um, He celebrates obedience. God celebrates obedience. In today's culture, we're trained to value big achievements and milestones and breakthroughs, but God, He celebrates obedience. He honors the mom who gets up and tries again. He honors the mom who whispers a prayer between doing dishes, making lunches, diaper changes, um, preparing meals. He honors the mom who whispered a prayer in between those mundane duties. The mom who stops to listen instead of scroll. He honors the mom that stops to listen to his voice. And he honors the mom that stops and takes that time to spend with him and to sit in his presence. We often think of success. Success has to be shiny. Success has to be loud or life changing. But let's talk about this scripture in the Bible that talks about the small beginnings. In Zechariah 4:10, this scripture reminds us that it says, do not despise small beginnings. Do not despise small beginnings, for the Lord rejoices to see the work begins. These are key words right here. For the Lord rejoices to see. He rejoices to see the work begins. He rejoices to see that the work it has started. The work has begun. God rejoices over your and my beginning. He rejoices over your beginning and my beginning. Even when it might feel messy, even when we might feel like we're not really sure, we're uncertain, we don't know what we're doing, we don't know if this is going to work or not, but he rejoices over us starting. He rejoices over our small beginning. So we should not despise the small things that we are doing, even if it's messy, even if it's slow, because in reference to Zechariah, the success of the temple foundation and the building of the product, it stemmed from those initial steps. It stemmed from those initial steps. And those initial steps, they started from small beginnings. And this teaches us that even in the small beginnings, that if we are diligent, in those small beginnings, then this could lead to a significant and a joyful outcome for us. If we are diligent with the small beginnings, if we are diligent in pursuing those small beginnings, that it can bring significant and a joyful outcome for us. So let's not despise the small beginnings, because those small beginnings are the start of a work in us, and it's a start of a transformation beginning to take place. Number 2, let's talk about real life small wins that count. Real life small wins that count. Let's refrain from let's reframe some everyday moments that actually are wins that we may not think that they are, but they really are. So let's reframe some everyday moments that are actually wins for us. So the first thing is, if you create a 15 to 30-minute window for quiet time in the mornings. Also, if you have created a meal plan and you have stuck to that meal plan for 3 out of 5 days a week, that's a win. That really is a win, that you have stuck to your meal plan 3 to 5 days out of the week. Oh yes, that is a win. You didn't lose your patience with your child, maybe for spilling something on the carpet, or not picking up their toys like you had asked them to do. This is a win also. Also, if you pause to pray before answering all of your emails, all of your stressful emails, and you just stopped, and you are beginning to create a momentum and a habit of beginning to just pause and pray before you begin to dive into those stressful emails, and you ask him for help, you ask the Lord for help, that is a win. That is a win, you guys. So see, we are reframing some of our everyday moments to actually see them as wins. So each of these may seem small. They may seem insignificant, but they are reshaping our character. Not only our character, but they are helping us to transform our mind. It's helping us to transform our mindset. And not only that, it's creating peace in our home. It's creating peace in our home. And not only that, but it would give us more of a sense of peace. It would give us more of a sense of peace. Because we are forming habits. We are forming habits. We are changing our mindset. Our mind is being transformed. Our mind is being renewed. And it's forming habits that will reflect God's grace. We're forming habits that will reflect God's grace. Let's move to number 3. Number 3 is small wins create big rhythms. Small wins create big rhythms. Momentum doesn't come from overhauling your entire life. Momentum does not come from an immediate overhaul in your entire life. It comes from being faithful in the small things. It comes from being faithful in those small steps over time. Being faithful, being diligent with those small steps over time. So, let's try this. I want you to write down 3 small things that you did today that align with your values. Write down just 3 small things, not the big things, the small things that you did today that you know align with your values. And then reflect on how you felt after each one. Just take a moment to reflect on how you felt after each one. And then thank God. Thank God for giving you the strength to do them. Thank God for his grace. Thank God for giving you the strength to do them, and continue to ask him for guidance and strength for the very next day, for tomorrow. And over time, this becomes a rhythm. This becomes a rhythm of gratitude, a rhythm of peace, and spirit-led time management, spirit-led time stewardship. Because over time, it has become a rhythm. It has become a flow for you. And it's a rhythm of gratitude and a rhythm of peace. Can you imagine walking in that rhythm and that peace each and every day, and being led by the Spirit, and walking in and walking in spirit led, not constantly being led by our flesh, but being led by the Spirit when it comes to our time management and our time stewardship. So, if you have been feeling behind, Mom, if you have been feeling overwhelmed, or like you're not doing enough, this is a reminder to you that faithfulness matters more than perfection. Faithfulness matters. Faithfulness matters more than perfection. And small wins, remember this. Remember this. Keep this at the top of your mind each and every day. As we go throughout our everyday activities and tasks, just know that small wins are seeds of breakthrough. Small wins are seeds of breakthrough. I would love to hear from you in the comments. What's one small win that you are celebrating today? Share one small win that you are celebrating today. Also, I want to let you know that if you are ready to create time and rhythm that reflects your faith instead of pressure, I want you to know that I'm creating something just for you. I'm creating something just for you. I haven't quite finished it yet, but it's going to be something just for you that's going to help you to create time rhythm and that reflects your faith instead of pressure. And I will definitely keep you posted and keep you updated on the progress. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe and share this with another mom who needs this reminder on today. Share this with another mom who needs this reminder on today. And just remember, Mom, you're not failing. You are not failing. You're faithfully showing up. You are faithfully showing up. And that is a win. every single time. That's a win for you every single time because you're not failing, but you're faithfully showing up. So thank you so very much for joining me on today, and I will see you on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.